What to do with my stimulus money? What do I do with all this free money coming from the government? And is it really free? Obviously, you and I both know that nothing is free. Everything comes at a price, right? If it's free, it ain't valuable, right? That's what a lot of people say. There's never a free lunch. Whatever you think around money, around what's going on in the government, around this whole pandemic, this whole outbreak, I want to reassure you and provide or maybe even reintroduce you to some fundamental principles when it comes to your money and it comes to your faith, right? Your beliefs, your personal beliefs around a particular thing or subject. I want to target those people who are scouring the internet looking for solutions to their financial problems. I'm targeting people who have maybe lost some hope. You're going through some tough financial times and it's now affecting your spiritual beliefs, your faith, your hope for your family and your goals for your own personal lifestyle, for your own lifestyle, for your family. Those are the people that I want to talk to today. I want to reintroduce to you some fundamental principles and financial concepts that you can implement in your household that is going to take loads and loads and loads of discipline and commitment and trust in things that you may not fully understand. And that can always be a very, very difficult thing to do, is to trust in something you don't fully know. I think the greatest rewards come from things that we put our trust into, that we analyze, we try and educate ourselves the most as, human beings. We try to obtain as much information as possible before taking action. But I've noticed that when people take massive risk, that they don't know what the outcome is going to be, that so many of the times, no matter who you are, where you come from, your culture, your background, your language, those that take massive risk in life, trust in themselves first and who they are and their confidence and what they want to achieve. When you're willing to die, right? When you're that type of person, you're willing to die for this. You're willing, success is just as important as breathing. Like when it comes that real for you, even in failure, you will not be disappointed because you aim so high, right? Or you reach so high you take massive risks that, hey, if you got 80% of the way there, if you got 50% of the way there, you would be ecstatic, right? It's just logically speaking, if I wanted to go from making $2,000 a month to $20,000 a month, right? I made that my goal, $20,000 a month. And I put everything, and I mean everything. I made it just as important as breathing, as drinking water, as eating 3 meals a day. I made success the #1 priority to create $20,000 a month. And if I hit $10,000 a month, I'm telling you, you would not be mad. Dude, if you hit $4,000 a month, you wouldn't be angry. That's double your income. So for those who are dealing with financial troubles right now, you're looking on the internet for, stimulus, what to do, where should I invest my money, and how can I flip this money? Look. If you've never invested before in your life, if you've never had more than $100,000 in savings or an emergency fund or any amount, right? If you have not been consistent with your money, this is by no mistake that you are in a financial tough time right now. By no mistake. It is not the coronavirus. It is not the government. It is not the Republicans. It's not the Democrats. It's not God. It's not your church. It's not someone that misguided you or betrayed you. No, it's you. You are the reason why you are in a financial problem or financial circumstance right now. It is you and you only, and you must take responsibility over your actions. If you are someone that has been living for the past 5 to 10 years, paying Amazon $99 a year, Netflix $14.99 a month, Hulu $9.99 a month, Spotify $9.99 a month, Pandora, Disney Plus, any subscription that you do not need, cable, internet, right? Or just say cable, because I know how important internet is. It's like pretty much like a need, but your cable is not a need. Your TV is not a need. So if you've been putting money into these programs for over 5 to 10 years, I would like you to go back and see how much money have you paid Amazon, how much money have you paid Google, how much money have you paid Comcast, Time Warner Cable, all the AT&T, Verizon, all these companies, Apple. I want you to go back the last 5 to 10 years and see how much money have you invested in these companies and had a zero return on your investment. I want to know, right? Give me those numbers. Think about that. That right there is the amount of money that you could have had today during this crisis, this outbreak, this pandemic, this global shutdown. That is the amount of money that you could have had today to get you through the next whole year until they come up with a cure. I guarantee you. Add up all that money, all that waste, all that pride, all that ego that you had, that you put over your family's needs for your own personal entertainment, for your own personal pleasures, right? If you are that person, go back 5 to 10 years, I guarantee you, I can guarantee you, you have enough money to last for one whole year without a job, without any additional income coming in. You could last. But no, you're out here blaming everybody in they mamas and they gods, blaming cousins and friends, the woman that betrayed you, the man that betrayed you. It is you, my friend, that you betrayed yourself, right? You are the responsibility over your life. You have control over your life. So if you're wondering what to do with your stimulus money still, let's dive into the lesson here. Now, when I talk to my clients, when I talk to my viewers, my loyal subscribers, my people in the kingdom, there's always something I always go to before I start anything is what are your 4 major numbers, okay, which is your monthly income, your monthly expenses, your total debt, if you have any, and your leftover cash flow, free cash flow, money that doesn't go anywhere is considered cash flow, okay? So monthly net income, what are you bringing in after taxes from all sources, all revenue streams? If you're simply a employee or self-employed, you have one stream of income, how much is that after taxes? What are you netting, okay? And then your expenses is everything that leaves your checking account. The money that you put towards savings, that's an expense. The money that you put towards your assets and investment, that's an expense. The money that you put towards debt, that is an expense. Get it all down. 3rd number, total debt. What are your current liabilities that are holding you back financially, that you have to pay these institutions each and every month, year over year, for the past 2, 3, 4, 5 decades, right? How long have you been in debt for? And do you want to get out of it, right? So get that number together, the total number, and then the leftover cash flow. What is it? Are you negative after everything? Or are you positive? Or do you break even? What's that number? Okay. Next thing I want to go over is your savings. Do you have an emergency fund? Do you have something, buddy, right, to protect you during these tough times? Or are you relying on a system that has continuously failed you and provides, you know, little bits and pieces of hopes here, like a stimulus package to help you get through? Or are you going to rely on yourself to produce, to be productive, to be fruitful, to multiply, to manage and become a good steward over resources over which you do not own? You are simply a steward, a person who manages other people's other resources into your life so that you can have rulership over your own life and circumstances. Okay? So what are your current savings? What are your assets? And then credit. Listen, we're in the 21st century. What do you have in terms of credit, or AKA leverage, that we could potentially use to get us through these tough times? Get those numbers down. The next thing, before I answer the question on what do I do with my stimulus money, is you need to identify your needs versus your wants. What are you willing to sacrifice, to give up, to let go, to be free from, so that you can not only survive but thrive, my friend? What are you willing to do? Let me let you in on some details here. For the past 5 to 10 years, listen, Netflix has been killing you. Hulu is killing you. Spotify is killing you. Pandora is killing you. Cable is killing you. Drugs are killing you. Cigarettes are killing you. The marijuana is killing you. Porn is killing you. Do you have a subscription to that? My friend, it's killing you. Anything that you do not need that is holding your financial dreams, your financial goals, is killing you slowly but surely. It is taking away attention from the things that are important, the things that matter. These things, right, do not have to kill you, okay? None of these things have to kill you. They have the power to. When I say kill, I'm talking about your spirit. I'm talking about your own hope, your desires, your pleasures. They're being corrupted because you do not know how to manage your resources. You do not know how to operate in the land, in the country that you live in the kingdom that you live in. You have been taking advantage of systems, things, pleasures, and finally you're now waking up because you're out of a job. So now you have all this time in the world. You're now out of this job. You got nothing to do. You're stuck at home. You're under quarantine. You can't hang out with anybody, right? Or else you might get sick. We don't know, okay? You're dealing with all these things, and still you have not figured out what to do with your stimulus money, what to do with the money that you do have, what to do with your own personal spiritual gifts and talents that you have been born with and kept suppressed for so many years due to your own personal desires and pleasures that have been killing you slowly but surely. When will you wake up? So, if you haven't figured it out already, you got to know your numbers. You got to remove the wants, the things that are holding you back, and focus on the needs. Okay? Food, water, and shelter. We get that. Okay? You get that. But the problem is you don't even know how to manage that because you're too busy getting your wants. So food, right, and water doesn't mean go and dine out and Uber Eats and Grubhub, okay? Right? It doesn't mean, dining out or trying to, buy expensive foods. No. Wait a minute. You need to figure out, listen, how can I stretch my dollars, man? How can I get the most for the least? Do I need to be shopping at Whole Foods? Do I need to be shopping at expensive places? Or can I go back to basic things, basic needs, rice and beans, homeboy, right? What can we go back to? Can we go back to zero and learn what it's like to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Or were you someone that went 0, borrowed 100,000 to be negative and think you're at 100,000 plus, right? Are you that person? Because my friend, the borrower is slave to the lender if they do not know how to borrow efficiently or effectively in the 21st century. When are you gonna wake up? That's all I want to know. That's the first thing I want to tackle. And maybe we can figure out what to do with your freaking stimulus money. I'm gonna let you know the things that I do with my stimulus money. And I got a couple questions for you, okay? First thing is, did you give when you received that money that went into your checking account? Was it $1,200? Was it $1,700? Was it over $2,000? Okay? Did you give? My friend, that is a fundamental principle, universal law. When you violate a law, when you break a law, you establish a new one. Understand this. Every time you break a law, a universal fact, a principle, a fundamental rule, you create a new one, which is basically a consequence to breaking that law. So for example, if I do not give when I receive, you are cutting off a blessing from entering your family's household, period. I don't care how bad it is. When you do not give, when you receive, right, income, resources, when you do not give, I'm not telling you where to give. I'm just focusing on the concept. When you do not give, period, you kept it. You became selfish. You are breaking a law. The law says give, and you shall what? Receive. If you do not give, you're cutting off a blessing. So you created a new law where you cut off resources from entering your household. And here you are looking to other things to try and solve your problem, but it's you that needs to get solved first. You must learn how to obey and become obedient in the law and understand how laws work, right? So that you can succeed and get results, okay? The next thing I have for you, have you asked for help? That is a law. Everybody needs help. Everybody needs a helper. Everybody. Everybody needs support, help, resources. Have you become bitter? Okay? When you do not ask, you do not receive. That is a law. If you ask, you shall what? Receive. So if you do not ask and you do not give, you ain't going to get jack. Nothing. When are you going to wake up? Do you think this is a dream? Do you think you're just a bunch of molecules put together? Are you serious? When are you going to wake up and stop being a clown? When are you going to focus on the things that matter most? When are you going to drop what you think you know, right? And just focus on the law, right? How do I align with laws, principles, things that do not change? I understand as a human being, I change and I make mistakes, right? And I'm going to fail at things. But the better I can become a good steward, an obedient person when it comes to the law and laws of the land, of the world, the better I will operate in the world, in the land, in the country that I live in, period. Third question I have for you is, are you ready to commit, my friend? Are you ready to commit? Has it gotten so bad? Have you reached rock bottom that you're now ready to commit? Because if so, you got to be willing to do these things. You got to be willing to get rid of the wants, the cigarettes, the drugs, the smoking, the porn, the side girl, the side hoe, right? The side chick, the side this, my side man, right? No. You need one. You need one. You can't handle two, son. Girl, boy, man, child, right? You can't handle two. You ain't meant for that. I'm telling you, these are deep stuff. You're not willing to hear it. Don't worry, you probably already skipped off the video. Ain't my problem. Like I said earlier, I am targeting people that are ready that are committed, right? That are ready to tap into what they lost. You are willing to restore what you lost. There is still hope for those who are watching that feel hopeless, no job, no ideas, no passion, no purpose, but you still have that drive somewhere it's stuck inside of you. I might be talking to two people right now, right? I'm talking to the egotistical person right now that thinks they know it all, yet they're watching some 24-year-old kid on the internet trying to tell them what to do with their stimulus money, right? They're out here trying to figure it out. They're watching Meet Kevin. They're watching all the financial YouTube channels right now that are blowing up. They're trying to look for free help, right? So hopefully I'm not talking to that person that's weak. I'm talking to the person that is trapped by that weak, egotistical person that's willing to step out of their shell and become the king and the queen that they have been born to become, to do. I'm talking to that person that's stuck inside of you. I'm talking to that person that needs a revival. You need a revelation. You need something to wake you the hell up. Get you off that couch. You've been stuck on that couch for the past 5 to 10 years. Now you've been put there against your own will. You had to stay home now. Now look at you in your own mess, stuck financially. When are you going to wake up? People are dying, right, around you. People die every day. People will continue to die every day. When are you going to wake up and maximize the time and the resources and the gifts and talents and skills that you possess without any other outside help? What do you possess and how do you bring it to the marketplace? And how do you impact individuals? What to do with my freaking stimulus money was the name of this video, right? But what is it really to you? What is it really going to do for you? When are you really going to wake up? So, did you give? Have you asked for help? And are you ready to commit? Right? If you haven't figured it out already what to do with my stimulus money, personal freaking development. I need to personally develop myself so that this issue of income cancellation never ever happens again. I should not have to rely on any system, on any government, on any human being other than my creator, my manufacturer, the person, the being that created me, right? That is the only thing I need to depend on, right? And if that doesn't work for you, for logical people, you need to depend on yourself. Yourself. What do you bring to the table? When do you ask the question? The system needs me, not wants me. The government needs me. The people needs me. The land needs me. The resources needs me. When does that conversation happen for my logical people, my spiritual people, right? My faithful people, people that believe in God, people that have authority? When are you going to start tapping into what the word says? When are you going to stop doing rituals and traditions and events and all this stuff that does not work, that has not worked for the past decade? When are you going to wake up and actually read the context, right? When are you going to start praying properly? When are you going to start reading the word and executing and taking action on the word properly? When are you going to have both faith and works put together and not just a whole bunch of faith? Right? When? That's what I want to know. So if you're wondering, what do I do with my stimulus money, man? Personal development. Who can I access? Who can I connect with? Who can I talk to? Who can coach me? Who can help me grow? Right? If you're wondering how can I invest $1,200 in freaking American Airlines and Carnival Cruise Lines and all those companies that are going under or super devalued in valuation, but You don't even know how to differentiate your needs versus wants, and you're in a ton of debt, and you have no emergency fund. You have no business investing whatsoever. You have no business, you have no right to be investing in things you don't understand, right? You're watching all these videos, you're watching people do this with your money, do that with your money. Dude, when are you going to look at yourself and identify your purpose in this world? When are you going to answer the 4 major questions in your life? Who am I? Why am I here? What's my purpose in life? Where am I going? Right? When? When, my friend? When will that become a priority and not, oh, should I buy the tanker companies now because the oil prices have dropped significantly and now there's nowhere to hold the oil. And so if I bought into this oil company that holds oil, the valuation of that company is going to shoot. Should I invest in that? Or all the hotels, the cruise lines, the airlines are super devalued right now. Boeing is at all-time lows, right? Or was at all-time lows. Should I buy those companies with my stimulus money because then my money could potentially double over the next few months? Or is now the right time to take this stimulus money along with my savings and go buy a house and go into more debt because the interest rates are super low right now and the Fed's cut interest rates down to 0? Matter of fact, it's in your favor to borrow money right now. Should I be doing that with my money? Those could all be wonderful, magnificent strategies, right? They could be great. But the problem is, if you don't have you in line, right? And you're trying to do what millionaires are doing, and you're trying to do what 6-figure, 7-figure, 8-figure, 9-figure individuals, people who are at such higher levels than you. The average American citizen right now, what is it? Over 50, maybe 70%, the numbers are crazy, that this huge amount of Americans do not have more than $1,000 in their savings account. And you're out here trying to learn how to invest in the stock market. And you're out here trying to, buy Carnival Cruise Lines, right? And buy, I don't know, what are all the stocks that are dropping right now? You got Caterpillar that's extremely valuable right now. You got all those NAT. We got, Uber is down in valuation, right? You got all these wonderful, the whole stock market's on sale, right? And you're trying to figure out, how do I flip this stimulus money? Wait a minute. How do you flip your household from negative to positive? How do you impact your kingdom, your economy? How do you get wife on board with you? How do you get husband on board in alignment, financial alignment with you to move forward, to excel, to operate, to be good stewards? When will you give, right? You go straight to investing like that's your answer. Dude, you never got the root, the dead root that was in your household. That's your foundation. You really think that you're going to borrow your way out of this problem? Do you really think that you're going to invest your way out of this problem? If you do not understand how money really works, how you work, how do you work, right? When are you going to wake up? Oh my goodness, I'm going to stress on this right now. I don't care how long this video goes. I am targeting specific people right now that are just ready for an explosion. Because if you tune in all the way, I got something for you. What to do with my freaking stimulus money, right? We even got a second round coming soon. We'll see what the Congress does. Personal development, that's the only thing that matters to me right now. If I'm someone that lost my income, my expenses, my income, my financial numbers are just not in line. Personal development. Read a book. Read the Word. Get in the Word. Get access to information. When are you going to redirect what's important, right? Redirect the things that you need to focus on so you can personally develop yourself to create activity and passive income. That's the next thing. You're not going to get any passive income or activity income if you do not personally develop yourself so that you can proceed, so that you can produce, be fruitful, and multiply. Okay? So how can I start buying books? How can I get access to information? Who can I serve? Who can I give to? Who can I help? Who can I ask for help so that I can create activity and passive income in my life so that money never becomes an issue ever again? Listen, my name is Denzel Rodriguez. I'm your personal finance geek of the 21st century. 24 years old. I got a lot to learn. I got a lot to give. If you are someone that has woke up after this video, you're ready to step out of the shadows. You're ready to step out of the things that hold you back, the sins that are killing you slowly but surely. If you're ready to remove yourself out of that environment and step into a kingdom, into laws, into ethics, into principles that never fail, no matter what, if you're willing to come into everlasting habitations, okay, and receive abundance and produce in abundance and give in abundance cheerfully, willingly, lovingly. If you're ready, you can send me an email at denzel@builder2contributor.com, and I will provide you with specific steps for you to take to get access to me personally, just to have a conversation, okay? So I'm going to require you to do some things. You're going to give your time, your effort, your patience to me, and then the blessing comes back to you. We're going to experience a kingdom principle here. When you give to a king, the principle is that king must give back something to you more valuable than what you gave to me. So I'm going to give you some steps to take, some things that are going to change and benefit your life. If you simply send me an email titled this video, "What to do with my stimulus money," put that in the subject line of the video, of the email, I'm sorry. Put "What to do with my stimulus money" in the subject email. Put your name, right? Who you are. Tell me a little bit about yourself, okay? And then you're going to get an automatic response from me with specific steps to take, okay? You could also fill out a form on my website, a contact form. There's a link below to reach out to me. And same thing is you're going to receive a list of steps to take, regardless of what your questions are, regardless of what it is that you need from me. I'm going to require you to do some things, okay? If you do these things, I will give you my time to help you grow. Time is money, my friend. Time is the most valuable resource there is. So me as a king, if I'm willing to give you my time, that means that you gave to a king, you gave something of value to me, and now I'm going to up the ante and give something back to you. When you understand how kingdom principles work, kingdom authority, when you understand how to operate in laws, in the land, in your country, you will produce results. You will be a benefit to the country. You will become a need to the system, to the country, to society, to people, rather than a liability. You will become an asset rather than a poor, weak-minded, unspiritual, unfaithful, unrighteous human being. You'll become this new creature that's never existed before. You. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.